Stories change lives, and every great author starts with one thing: the courage to share their voice.
Step into the spotlight, your words in hand. You've got one shot, they'll understand.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller, a pitch competition where writers from all walks of life get their shot to move from idea to impact. Over the next 5 weeks, you'll witness bold ideas, raw passion, and unforgettable stories, all presented live to a panel of literary professionals, educators, and community leaders. And it starts right here in Laurel, Maryland. Close to 24 aspiring authors. One shot at the publishing deal of a lifetime. They've got just 1 minute to pitch their story. Some will rise, some will fall, but all of them will grow. I'm Coach Nic, your host, your coach, and your guide through the pages of purpose, power, and performance. This is the Next Bestseller.
All right, you just came out of the judge's room. How did it go?
I think I did okay. I got a maybe so.
Okay, so maybe so. So not a no. We got a maybe so, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think you did that kept you from getting a yes?
Well, I was a little nervous, and I think I need to put all this stuff more together. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Okay, so when we make the announcement, right, if you're going to go through the battle realms, if you make it through, then what are you going to do to improve your performance? Because then you're going to go head to head with your competitors. So how are you going to improve?
Yeah, I'll try to not be so nervous, and I'll put more into my story, and put more into it, make it make sense a little bit. So.
Okay, and if there's one main takeaway that the judges gave you feedback on, what would it be that you haven't already said?
Well, I think they said, I think that's pretty much what they said. Pretty much said much, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
just put more into it, right? Okay, well, we look forward to, the announcement. If you're going to make it through, you're going to get all your family and friends to watch, right? All right, okay. So all the best to you, and we can't wait to see what the results are going to be.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, you just came out of the judge's room. How did it go?
It went.
Okay.
And, they gave me about 4 minutes to explain everything. I came in prepared. I had everything on my phone. I wanted to really make sure that I hit all of the points because I realized with great power comes great responsibility. So I wanted to make sure that I did my brand justice. And, you're supposed to leave out with a golden ticket or without a golden ticket. I came out without anything in my hand, but that's because I wanted to really get y'all.
Give me some love right there. Okay.
And the judges were in on it. The judges knew. They were like, "Oh, that's good."
See. Now we have an unspoken rule here: no trickery on Coach Nic. No trickery.
Well,
but I'm so happy for you. So
thank you.
tell us.
Yes.
What do you think were the deciding factors for them to give you that golden ticket?
Well, when they came to me to give me the golden ticket, they said I was very clear, I was very prepared, I was very ready, and they love that I have a social media presence already, and I've been doing the work. So like I said before, if you build it, they will come. So I am ready.
And she smells good too.
Thank you. That's that mango shea butter.
Oh my goodness, right there. Okay, so open it up.
Okay.
We're going to give you the revolving quarter.
All right, let's see what happens. It might just go ahead and throw me all the way to the end, right? I don't know. It says round one.
All right, she's advancing to round one.
Officially in round one,
All right, so that means now the power is no longer in the hands of the judges; it's in the hands of the people, right?
I know y'all got me.
So,
I know y'all got me.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. What message are you going to deliver to the people so they tune in every week on Quill and Co's YouTube channel, watching your show, watching our show, and watching your performance? What are you going to say to them to make sure that they come and show up and support you?
Well, everybody out there, I'm Tasha G, the Transformation Guide, and I am guiding mothers to find their identity in motherhood. If you're following me, I'm also sharing mindset to the masses. So anybody who comes on my page, anybody who follows me, anybody who supports me in this, you are going to benefit from having me in your life because I am going to be guiding you to greatness. If you are listening to this and it's touching you and you see me and you're like, you know what, oh my gosh, it's like she's speaking to me, it's because it's your time to heal and grow. I want you to remember, instead of saying you're tired, you say that you deserve better and you are transforming. And that's what I'm here to do, help you transform. So just follow me on this journey, get my book. It's going to be a series of books that are coming out, and I want you to be one of the first people that find me. And if you see me in person and you buy the actual book, I will autograph it for you because I love having autographs. I'm old school. Thank y'all so much.
With that being said, you can see her every week, if she keeps advancing, on our show, The Next Bestseller, streaming on Quill & Co.'s YouTube channel. Congratulations. Yes. I am so proud of you. I can't wait to see what you do in these rounds.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Be well, everybody.
Okay. All right. We're outside the judge's room. You just came out. What happened?
I got my golden ticket to the next round.
Yeah. Okay, so you got that golden ticket. You was very confident before you went in. At least you came off and like you're very confident, right? So what do you think was the deciding factor or the main deciding factor for them to give you that golden ticket?
I think the twists that I had at the end of my pitch really drew them in. They said they were sitting at the edge of their seat, so maybe you guys will get a little bit more when I come back next week.
Ooh, wait. Hold up. So when you was on the interview bench, you said you got some hooks for the books, and so you dropped some of them hooks in there is what I'm hearing.
Just a few. I'll give you one right now. There's a little bit of time travel, so you might not know exactly what's going on the first time you read through. You might have to go back and connect the dots yourself.
Oh my goodness, I love mystery and intrigue. A little sci-fi in there too. Okay, so now the judge's work is done in terms of the power. The power shift from the judges now to the people, the audience, right? So they're going to be the ones who are going to get you voted from round 1 to round 2. What do you got to say to the people and why they should support you? Go.
Vote for me because I'm a trans writer who is trying to make writing and reading a lot more inclusive for everybody. Thank you.
Well, there you go. So look forward to seeing your journey. And remember this now, we're airing it every week on Quill & Co.'s YouTube channel, right? So you're going to get your community and your people to tune in every week.
Definitely. They better be there. I'm going to give them some strong words at our D&D sessions. So.
There you go right there. All the best to you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Wait a minute. We got to do something here. Open up that envelope.
Ooh, let's see. The most challenging part of the day, guys.
So I done felt everybody out there in the audience saying, wait a minute, what we doing?
There we go.
Now, I'm going to give you the revolving quarter, right?
Revolving quarter.
So that means that comes back to me when you're done, right? So you want to scratch it?
Oh. I didn't know there was going to be an additional mystery. Oh, wow. Now you get to know my scratching skills. Ooh, round 1, guys.
Yay! So, tell the people your name once again, and you can find them on round 1. Go.
Hi, my name's Alex Malcolm Floyd, and you can see me on round 1 next week.
Woo! Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, ready? Here we go.
Yep.
So, you came out of the judge's room.
I have a maybe.
Yeah, okay, maybe. All right.
I'm still in it.
You still in it?
Yes.
Still in it, ready to fight, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, why do you think they gave you a maybe and not a yes?
So I got great feedback, and they want a little bit more of my personal story about my family. So I was kind of shy to actually tell,
The intimate, personal things.
Yeah. But I think I can do that. So that was part of their feedback to tell more of my personal story, and to really speak to the caregivers. They thought that was a great audience.
You know, that's great feedback because part of the package is that you get to work with Quill & Co.'s writing coaches, right? And that's exactly what we're going to do is like, get you tap in because your story is so personal to you, right? Like we were saying in the pre-interview, right? So you tapping into that vulnerability, the strength of being vulnerable and putting it out there, that is what people need to hear and read and see in your book, right? And that's what you need to do. But the nerves kind of got in like, do I really want to go there?
Yes.
But now you know you got to go there.
Yes.
Right? Not just so you can advance, but also people can want to buy your book and really get the truth of your story,
Yes.
because your story is like their story. Right?
Yes.
Fantastic. So that means then, all right, when the show airs, we're going to announce all the maybes, if they get a maybe to a yes or maybe to a no. So here's the thing. This is a great opportunity for you to cultivate your fan base,
right.
get them to tune in.
Yes.
Will you be watching?
Oh, yeah.
Of course you'll be watching, because you'll be live waiting for us
Yes.
to say yes or no, right?
Yes.
So tell the people in Missouri, tell the people in what do you say again? Columbia?
I'm in Silver Spring,
Silver
Maryland.
Spring.
Yes.
Silver Spring, Maryland, right? Get the whole community to come out and show up, right?
Yes.
Build that fan base, right? And it's going to be okay.
All right.
Because a maybe is not a no, but even that maybe turns to a no, your journey does not end here. It begins here, because Quill & Co. has room for all of you.
Thank you.
Right? So one message that you want the audience to take away from why they should support you.
I request that they support me because I have a message that I really want to deliver to the world. And I got great feedback, so I'm going to keep trying.
Okay, and tell them your name again.
Carla Dancy Smith.
So Team Caller is what she asked for. She wants you to be on Team Caller. Give it up for her.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right. Okay, you just came out of the judge's room. How did it go? Yeah! She got that golden ticket. She got that golden ticket.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so before you open it up, first of all, tell us, all right, how did you end up getting a yes? What do you think was your superpower to get them to say yes?
My heart. What the book that I want to write truly has a piece of me in it that I want to share with the world. It's about a mental health journey, and as a writer, you have to be vulnerable and willing to go deep and look within in order to write something that's truthful within the novel that connects with readers.
Oh yeah, okay, there we go. She kind of preaching a little bit on this thing right here, right? Okay, so, all right, open up this ticket here, right? Okay, so we have the revolving quarter, right? Go and scratch that open, right?
Okay.
Let's see what it says.
I need some more elbow grease in
There
this.
you go.
Round one.
Round one. So there you go. You're into round one. There's no maybe phase. You are in. Now the real work begins.
The real work begins.
So that means you have to, in the battle rounds, it's all about the public. They vote you through, right? So tell the people why they should support you and your book.
I think, well, I don't want to sound like conceited or
Just say
anything.
it.
I think that you should support my book because it's just my book, baby. It's so, it just, okay, I'm getting emotional.
No, let it out.
Okay, why people should support my book. It is a tale that we all go through. It's about the battle of introspection. It's about learning how to feel the bad, to trust the good, and just to kind of heal your soul. I think it's a message that speaks to everybody. I think we all can resonate with that message, and we can all be reminded that, no matter how low we feel, no matter how bad we feel, there's always the opportunity, there's always the power to make a choice. I think that message speaks for itself, and I hope it resonates with readers, and I hope that's why people support me.
There you go, well said. Now, folks, you're going to have an opportunity to be, tell the people your name again?
Megan Barnes.
To be Team Megan.
Team Megan.
Right? Team Megan. Be a part of her fan base, support her book, vote her through the competition. Now, each competition, you know, you can't do the same thing. You got to have a different twist to how you pitch and everything, right? But right now, campaign season starts right now for you.
Yes.
So if you down with Team Megan, follow her, promote her, and then vote her through. And also, you gotta watch the shows every week so you can see how she does and vote her through. All the best to you. Can't wait to see you on this live show with the battle rounds.
Here's your quarter.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, brother. You just came out of the judges' room. How did it go?
It went amazing. It was a little bit tougher towards the end, more than I thought it would be, but it was amazing.
Okay, what was so tough about it towards the end?
It got personal.
We talked about personal being vulnerable, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, elaborate on that a little bit. Because I see some tears. So speak about the tears.
It's bigger than me. It's about a legacy. It's about the next generation. It's about the underserved. It's about people who don't have a voice. It's about my 7-year-old son. So that's a sensitive spot for me. So it got personal.
Okay. So I see something in your hand.
Yes,
you want to
sir.
tell us what's in your hand?
Yes, sir. It's a golden ticket.
Woo! Golden ticket, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the revolving quarter, and let's see where did they skip you past a couple of rounds, or they start you from the beginning? Let's see.
Says round one.
Turn around, let the camera see that thing.
All right.
Yeah, all right,
Round one.
round one. Here we go. So you now are officially in the competition. Let me get my quarter back. Everybody try to keep my quarter. All right, it's revolving quarter. All right, so brother, so what does this mean to you to now be in the competition, right? What does this mean to you?
Well, it means I had an opportunity to live on the outside what's been on the inside for a very long time. As I said before, I'm 41 years old, so this took me 41 years to develop this story. It's not something that I just came up with overnight. It's been something that I've been living my whole life.
Love that right there. Now's the time. 41 years to get there, but now's the time, right? So the judges, they don't have the power anymore. The power now goes to the people, right? The people got to vote you beyond round one throughout the competition, right? So now this is where you get a little I heard you talk a little bit about politics and strategy. So now you got to utilize some strategy here. So what are you going to say to the people that can galvanize them to become fans and supporters of you?
Well, the biggest reason to support me is that you will always get authenticity from beginning to the end. This is also going to impact more than just me. Of course, this is a competition and I do want to win, but I also want to impact other people while I'm telling this story. So stay tuned, stay encouraged, stay alert, and listen to the entire story, and I believe everyone can learn something from it.
Now tell the people your name again.
My name is Sam Braden IV.
So if people want to support you, you need to be on Team Sam, right? Team Sam. Okay, you're going to go to quillandco.com, right? So, because we're going to have a profile of all the contestants who made it through and then people who want a hot seat with maybes, right? And you get a chance to just join their teams. Now, official voting is not started yet, but you get a chance to jump on their team so then they can see how many people are supporting them, right? Give them that encouragement to go harder in this competition. Team Sam. Now, okay, captain of the team, so I'm gonna call you Captain Sam now, right? Okay, so Captain Sam. All right, now listen. The judges had some feedback, right? And they talked about the power of black men being vulnerable, right? And not having to live in like a little bubble of how they can express their emotions, right? So obviously you came out emotional. You're emotional now, talking about is impacting his son, his legacy, and so forth. But what about the other brothers out there, the high schoolers on up, right? Who can they glean from the story, from this book right here? Can they glean from your example?
Yes, because I'm going to touch on a lot of different things that most people are uncomfortable with talking about. Things that include money, women, illegal activity, even life and death situations. So it's going to be something that is going to be very realistic for many people to relate to.
All right, and so this is not just an ethnic thing with black folks. This transcends all ethnicities, all colors, because men in general face these challenges of going through everything that everything your character in the book is going to go through, but also having the strength of purpose, strength of self to show their emotions and still be manly, right? So as a white man, Asian man, doesn't matter. That's still a struggle in the men community, right? So I'm very interested to see and excited to hear how your character navigate these situations to have impact, because your character has impact, right? So guys, ladies, everyone in between, right? You feeling Sam? You feeling this book? Jump on Team Sam and then begin to vote them through, right? Now the battle round, again, it's going to be a battle. So what you did today, you're going to have to change it up, spice it up. So any thoughts on how you might change your strategy a little bit or make it even better?
Oh, it's gonna get real spicy. I couldn't even touch on some of it today, so I had to briefly summarize it. But when I started talking about certain things, especially when we started talking about relationships and money and things like that, it's definitely going to get really intense when we start talking about those things.
All right, we appreciate you, Sam. I'm so happy you made it through.
Yes.
Everybody give it up for Sam. Yay! We're outside the judge's room. Tell the people your name.
My name is Johnette Armstrong.
Johnette Armstrong.
Yes.
For the strong name.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so why are you here today?
I'm here to help people to understand their power. And I'm here to help people to take responsibility for their health. And I think that this is a great way to be able to promote wellness in a book and also on just being social, because it's never too late to be able to take care of yourself.
Fantastic. So, where are you from?
I'm originally from D.C. I live in
D.C. Okay,
yeah,
with
D.C.
two native Washingtonians. All right,
There you go.
DC.
And I live in Columbia, but I do exercise classes here in the city of Laurel. I do a lot of volunteer stuff in the city of Laurel for getting people to move and helping people move their
How
bodies.
you find out about the competition?
Actually, I was in class, so I was screaming and hollering with a bunch of people in the main auditorium. And then I came out, I looked down, and I was like, okay, this would be very interesting. And then I went back and started screaming at people again, came back out, and that's how I looked at the flyer and I found it.
You see that right there, because of the graciousness of the city of Laurel and the great Mayor Keith, right? We were able to have, they provided the facilities for us to have the tryouts. And guess what? You heard about it, right? And you say, hey, I need to be a part of this thing. And then you start screaming at people again, right? Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I do.
So now, when you go into the judge's room, you can't scream at the judges. At least I don't encourage you to do so. So what's going to be your pitch strategy?
Well, I think that because of what I believe in, that the excitement and the thrill of being a part of something greater than myself, that my enthusiasm will show. It will shine, because that's just who I am. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Excellent.
It is great to see you.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller.
Thank you very much.
I'm Mike.
I'm Carden.
I'm Paula.
Hello. Johnette.
Yes. Again, welcome. And so here's how we're going to go. 4 minutes. We know your name, so tell us the title of your book, its concept or genre, and why you are the person to write it.
Okay. So my name is Janet. Oh, I'm sorry, I did it again. But the name of my book is Stop Fighting Illness and Live Wellness. So I actually work with people with cancer diagnosis. And one of the things that I found out and observed over time is that why were some people are surviving and why were some people are dying off pretty fast. And one of the things that I found out was it was their optimism and the way that they approached life. So another thing that kind of got me complex was why is everything stop fighting? Why do we fight? Do we really know what fighting, what that does to our body? If you put your fists together and you actually start to tense up your body, you're actually shutting down your immune system. And that is one of the things that I like to point out because, again, we're told to do a good fight, but we don't understand, on top of the diagnosis, what that fighting is going to do to our bodies. So one of the things that I suggest is just start living. Live your life. And by doing that, there's 5 steps. One step is to get to listen to yourself and trust yourself. So being able to listen to yourself and listen to your instincts is one of the ways that you can definitely start to get that connection with yourself. The second thing is discovery. It's like, okay, if you don't know yourself, because a lot of people say, I don't know what I like, I don't know what I like to do. And to get to start doing new things and fun things and making life a smorgasbord, if you want to say, and start to really discover who you are. We are what we eat. Not only mentally, physically, spiritually, it's the holistic approach to putting in good music, good food, good people. So that is putting in that good knowledge. The fourth thing is moving your body. We stopped moving. And when we were young, we were told to go outside and come in when the lights came, when the post light came on, right? And now we're just sitting, we're there, we're texting, we're not getting out, we're not doing anything. So moving yourself, moving your body. The fifth thing and the most important thing is living in the now. Staying in the now, because that's all we have. We cannot do anything about the past. We definitely cannot do anything about the future because the future, guess what? We don't know what's going to happen. So all we have is now. When I saw that these individuals were living in this positive energy, they were, even if they were diagnosed again and again with the cancer, they still kept going and they still kept moving and they still accepted and they thrived. But for the ones who accepted their diagnosis and didn't have no hope, they were the ones that unfortunately transitioned. And who wants to be known for fighting cancer? So who wants to be, what your memory about fighting? No, let go, because this is all we have. Life is all we have. And life is supposed to be fun. Life is a joy. And just going out and expressing it to others, that's the key.
Excellent.
I have questions. So I just want to get a little bit more of your background. Do you work in the healthcare field?
I do courses upstairs, and that's how I found out about this. Like, I do exercise classes for the city of Laurel for stage for people over the age of 62. I also do classes for people that has exercise classes for people who have cancer diagnosis. So I'm very active in exercise. I do a volunteer walk, City of Laurel walk, trying to get people engaged in community and also moving their body. So I don't just speak it, I actually live it. And so that's the answer to your question.
Yeah, I do. So I guess my other question, based on your pitch, you're talking about the number of people that are surviving and dying, with cancer. But do you have any scientific background to kind of provide any facts, like any scientific facts for the statistics, for what you're mentioning? Do you have any statistics or anything?
Well, as far as the emotional, yes, there are some scientific fact, and I can't pull it out of my head right now. But there is fact that if people have more of a positive attitude and taking more responsibility of their health, i.e. eat well, again, putting yourself around positive energy and doing things that take care of yourself, self-care, that you come out with a better outcome. And again, a more positive lifestyle. So whether or not you live 1 day or 100 days, it's what you do in those days. And that is the key. That is the key.
So do you see this book for what audience?
I see this book as a rediscovery of yourself, because I think that a lot of times you don't have to have a diagnosis to use this book. You can have a zestful life. And really, because we have been taught out of our power, is getting back into our power. And that's why I said the very first thing is to get to find out how to connect with yourself, giving yourself that time to be able to meditate and be able to listen. Because a lot of times people think meditation is about the no, it really is about getting to know yourself and being able to listen to yourself and trusting yourself.
Is your vision for this book more like a workbook, or are you thinking more in terms of case studies with people that you've dealt with and seeing their positive attitudes and part of positive outcomes? What's your vision?
I see this book as both, to be perfectly honest with you, because again, in step one, that connection. So how do you do that? How do you, because I think that when people talk about meditation, they get so caught up in the whole meditation thing that the first thing you say, I don't know how to do that, or I'm too busy to do that, or my brain is too. So I break it down in steps, but also at the end, I do talk about some of the people that I have served in exercising and working with them. And again, 2-3 diagnoses or rounds of cancer, and they still thriving, and they're discovering. One person I could think of is now an artist. She's painting and being creative and doing the things that she wants to do.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're good. Excellent job. If we'll ask you to step with Robin, and we're going to confer, and we'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, you just came out of the judge's room. How did it go?
It went well. It went very well. I was a no. Because because they see me more as social media. So they want to see me being more connected to the community. They like what I was saying, but they see it more being active than passive as far as being in a book. Just being who I am, being Johnette, is definitely a plus because that's who I am, and I am very, as you saw, I'm very animated. So I love being out there. I love talking to people, and I love being engaged. So they gave me really positive feedback. So I love it. So this was not a no. This was a start.
There we go, right there. Not a no, but a start. So you're getting applause already. Okay, so it's not a no for you, it's a start, right? Are you still going to pursue a book?
Yes, absolutely. I think I still have something to say. Again, people need to be more responsible for their health, and helping people to stop fighting illness and live wellness is something that we have to really hone in on and let people know that they are responsible. It's not the doctors, but they are responsible. They are the head of their team.
Amen to that. So here's the thing. Like I said before, the little prep, motivational talk give you guys, right? So Quill & Co., whether you advance in the competition or not, Quill & Co., you found a home here, right? You found a home for yourself and a home for your book. So regardless of the competition results, we're still here to help you get that book out, right?
Yes, and she, I forgot the
Robin.
Robin. So Robin was talking about maybe me going backwards. So creating that social media and then doing the book in the background. So I'm going to actually call her up and we're going to talk about how I can set up my social media and become more out there in the community and basically stating what I believe in.
I love that. So the Quill & Co. community is growing. The Next Bestseller community is beginning. Now, even though you won't be advancing, will you still be tuning in week to week to see who's making it through and supporting?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is my community, so I have to support it.
Oh, God bless you. We appreciate you. All right, can't wait to see what you do down the line.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, tell the people your name and where you're from.
My name is Angie O'Neill, and I'm from Laurel, Maryland.
Laurel, Maryland. Okay. So, why are you here?
I'm here because I want to be I will be the next bestseller.
All right. Okay.
I am pitching my book based on my nonprofit, Paint to Remember.
Okay. So why that particular story? Why?
Well, because basically Paint to Remember series is dedicated to my mother in loving memory of my mom. So after her passing, I felt a deep compassion to develop something that would be meaningful, something from a person who inspired me to be a creative person. I'm an artist, so I thought this would be something she liked to do, is use her hands and love the community.
Okay, so I see right here, right? So this is not a completed book or novel. This is just like the cover, right?
It's the cover.
Okay.
And I've taken the liberty of using some of the pages where it displays some of my actual artwork as templates, because people often say to me, Angie, can you teach me how to paint? And the answer is always yes, but not in a traditional sense, but primarily in a sense of through these pages. And through these pages, we want to be able to develop something where people can take away and come to something, take a breath, and then maybe relax, and then do something meaningful with their time.
Okay.
And no matter what the age group, whether you're a beginner or someone who is experienced, you will have joy in using this coloring book to express yourself. I hope you don't mind. I'm a little nervous. I have my notes. What I have to say.
Whatever you need.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller.
Thank you so much.
I'm Mike.
I'm Cardiff.
I'm Paula.
Very nice to meet you all.
Excellent.
So here's what we're going to do. 4 minutes. We're going to ask you your name, the title of your book, even though we can see it, and what inspired you to create this beautiful thing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So go.
My name is Angie O'Neill. I am a visual artist, Laurel Arts Council member for the last 7 years, and a Laurel resident, if I didn't already say that part. I'm the creator of Paint to Remember. It is a series, a nonprofit, and it is a series to, the thought behind it is to create something in loving memory of my mom. So that's where the name Sadie Expression comes from. After her passing, I felt a deep commitment and strong feeling that I wanted to do something that would not only be a reflection of her passion, well, she loved the arts. She inspired me to be creative who I am today, and also to provide something that will be mindful and meaningful for the community, seniors, as well as people who may have some memory loss and some cognitive issues, and well, anyone. So often people say to me, Angie, can you teach me how to paint? And the answer is yes. However, not in a traditional sense as it pertains to formal lessons, but through this coloring book, through the pages. What you have before you is a sample of my book, the vision, the cover created by me, and of my paintings, which are templates used for the actual pictures inside. For anyone, regardless of your age or experience level, you can use this coloring book. Sorry, I thought it was moving. And then you can say, I can do this. I can inspire myself. And so basically, that's a little bit about me and what's drove me to create this coloring book.
I'll start. So, question about, tell me more about the book concept.
Okay, so the book concept was something, it's been a brainchild of mine, something that I really wanted to do because people often want to paint, and I thought it would be a mindful something to be inspired by, and something to do when you're feeling like, maybe I need to take a deep breath and exhale, and just have a moment where I can just do some coloring. And art has always been therapeutic, and not only that, it's a fun thing to do. And I've hosted many paint and sips, or paint and sips, depending on the age group.
And how much you sip, you might not remember.
Right. And through those actions, I saw the need. I saw the desire. And so I want to inspire others.
So is it that you want to continue to do picture books?
Well, I do have other ideas, other books I'd like to do of my own art. And then I have a couple of stories that have been told by some family members that we want to get out there, but not just picture books.
Okay. So, but
inspiring storytelling, but in this particular Paint to Remember is a picture book.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
No, go.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right, we're done.
Okay. So, if you'll stand with Robin, and we're going, it's
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
fast.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I hope you enjoy the book.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah. Thank you so
Good
much.
job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you just came out of the judge's room.
Yes.
How'd it go?
Fantastic.
What happened? Oh, what's that? What's that?
I got the gold ticket.
Yeah.
the gold ticket.
So before you open it up, right?
Yes.
What do you think caused them to say, yes, here's the golden ticket?
Well, me, I was fantastic. Initially, they loved the concept. They loved the idea of the coloring book. They found it to be very therapeutic and just a wonderful idea. So they were very moved, as they told me. So,
And you were your authentic self.
yes, as usual.
As usual. There we go. So we're gonna need that charisma and that personality, right?
Okay,
Because the judges, their power is gone. They have influence for going forward, but their power is gone. It's now in the hands of the people.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So in the hands of the people. So let's talk about this. Let's open this ticket up.
Okay. Opening the ticket.
Okay, woo. Now I'm gonna give you the revolving quarter.
Okay.
Right? And so let's scratch it.
Okay.
And then tell the people what it is and show it to the camera.
I love this like a scratch off. Lottery scratch off. It says round one.
Round one. Woo! So that means you have went straight to round one of the battle rounds.
Okay.
Now you know what you did today You can't do it in round one. You got to kind of spice it up, change it up a little bit.
You mean in round two?
Yeah. Oh, look at round two.
You said round one.
Round one. Well, round one is the first thing, but you talking me you want to go right past round one and right to round two?
I don't know.
All right. So when you need the people to vote you from round one to round two, right? So what's your strategy to cultivate that fan base so they can vote you from round one to round two?
I will post it on all my social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, and contact everybody I know, whether they're here or overseas. I work with the military, so we're hoping I get a lot of votes.
Okay, so now we're going to be streaming the show every week on the Quill & Co. YouTube channel, right? All right, so what's the one thing, the most important thing you want your potential fans and actual fans, because I think after watching this you can get some fans, right? That you want them to know that will inspire them to not just vote, but be super advocates and getting other people to vote for you. Here's your chance to inspire them. Go.
Please vote for me. This coloring book will be something that you will enjoy and love, I hope. And it's not just something you put on the shelf, but something you have in your heart. And just want you to vote for us. Vote for the coloring book, Pink to Remember.
There you go. Now tell the people your name again.
Angie O'Neill.
Angie
Laurel,
O'Neill.
Maryland.
All right, Laurel, Maryland. So resident Laurel. I look forward to seeing your journey.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Next up, tell the people your name and where you're from.
Hi everybody, I'm Carla Talley and I am from Prince George's County in Bowie, Maryland. Born and raised, so I'm excited to be here today.
PG County in the house. Okay, PG County. When you say PG County, she's really from PG County.
Yeah,
okay.
pretty girl county.
Pretty girl. Oh my God. Sure. Hey, you done got some fans already. Okay, so now let's talk about this now. Why today? Why this competition? What's up? Talk to us.
Honestly, I've been wanting to write a book since I was a child. People would be outside playing sports and I would be in my room writing stories because I just loved writing. I was a creative writing major in undergrad, and for the last few years, I've been really wanting to get back to my first love of writing. And I think right now it's such a unique time where we see a lot of people wanting more Black love stories and romance. So my focus will be on bringing those stories to the center. I have these heart earrings because I feel like my personality is all about love and empathy, and I'm just really excited to be able to bring that to the forefront.
Hold up. See, just in case some people missed that, she didn't coordinate the outfit, the match, the theme of the book. You know what I'm saying here? So this is some strategic stuff. That ain't strategic, we call it strategery. That's what we call it. We just made up words now, right? So she got the red dress with the heart. Oh my goodness. So let's talk a little bit about Black love though, right? Why is that important to have representation in the literary world?
The dating game has changed so much lately. You see people swiping right on apps. We have ghosting and you're trying to figure out all these complicated things. But I've been shaped by Black love stories. My parents were high school sweethearts and they've been together for over 30 years. And so as someone who is a Pisces, I am very emotional, very empathetic, and I just, I want love, and I want that for my friends, for my family, for my community members, and I feel like we can romanticize our life and see it in every day, but it's also important to showcase Black love so people know that we can have joy, we can have love, we can have romance, and all the little things. Hi everybody, I'm Carla Talley.
Excellent. Welcome, Carla. And so here's how it's going to go. About 4 minutes, we're going to ask you to tell us your book title, your genre, although you gave us this nice thing so we know that, your concept, and then why you are the perfect person to create this short fiction romance collection. And we're on your side. Go.
Okay, hi everybody, I'm Carla Talley. I am a lawyer by day and a writer and lover by heart. And my book title is Love in the Key of Black, and it is a short fiction romance collection centering Black love stories. And so you might be asking why it's marketable and why now. Well, I feel like now we have a cultural moment where people really want feel good, emotionally layered love stories that focus on Black love and all its challenges, all its beauty. Especially recently, we saw a readaptation of Judy Blume's book Forever. We saw it on Netflix, and we see that now it's a Black love coming of age story. So we know that people want to feel and hear and see these stories. So I feel like I am in a place where I'm able to do that. And then we also know that recently in DC, in particular, in the DC area, there was a romance bookstore that just opened this year. So I feel like people really do want to, hear these stories. And why me as the writer? So I have been wanting to write a book my entire life. I grew up when other people were outside playing. I was in the house writing stories. I was a creative writing major in undergrad. And specifically, I have been shaped by Black love. So my parents were high school sweethearts, and they're still together after 30 plus years. And I'm someone who's navigating the dating scene, and I feel like the dating scene is so different right now. We have people swiping right, we have people ghosting, we have all these complicated things that we're trying to experience, especially as Black women and Black men. So I think that, just taking in my experience with dating, my experience seeing Black love at its purest, and then my experience as being a creative writer who wrote short stories for undergrad for all my 4 years in college, I think that I'm the perfect person to write this. And to add on to that, I am a Pisces, so I'm I'm very emotional. I love love. I love deeply. Even this week, I kind of experienced a little bit of a heartbreak, which, it can be hard to kind of put yourself out there, but I feel like I'm such a hopeful romantic. I'm not a hopeless romantic. I'm someone who believes in love. So I will continue to keep doing that, and I will continue to keep showing up. And I hope that my story can inspire people to do the same. And just a small tidbit about the book, because it's a short fiction romance collection, we don't have any of those out there, and we don't have any of those out there centering Black love in particular. And so specifically, my collection will have 7 to 10 short stories ranging from magical realism. So we'll have magic in the mix of it. We'll have historical fiction centering Black love during the Civil Rights era. We'll have really realistic things happening today in Prince George's County and New Orleans and Chicago. So it's going to be a range of a collection of stories. And lastly, because I love music and music is a love language, I think that I will also curate a playlist focusing on R&B songs that are about love that kind of match each story. So overall, I think that this story is something that people need, and I think it's something that people really are hungry for, and I believe that I'm the right person to write it because I have such a passion. So no matter what, stay tuned because my book will be out there at some point.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Question.
Yes.
We have a few questions.
Yes.
Explain the key of Black.
Sure. So I guess it became sort of a focus because, as I mentioned, my love language is creating playlists for people. And so another thing that I kind of was thinking about when I write, I usually kind of think about a R&B song that I think inspires the type of story I want to tell and how I want people to feel. So for example, when you think of Alicia Keys' You Don't Know My Name, and that music video and how she's at the coffee shop and she's talking to someone and getting the courage to do so, I want readers to kind of feel that in my story. So I usually write to soundtracks. So I want to be able to showcase that in a story and kind of match that together. So Love in the Key of Black, it's going to be a literal and literary love song for people to kind of feel good and also hear music that feels good and is about love.
Well, it also, when you gave this to us, it just made me think of Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life, your play on words with that. So I thought that was really clever. And the other thing about the playlist idea is that's really popular now. It's not uncommon to open a romance book and the author has included a playlist for while they were inspired to write. So I feel like you're marketing-wise, you're right on it organically. You're welcome. And I do enjoy the fact that that you're writing in a range of genres because there are people who read only one genre, but voracious readers usually just like an author. So, you know, if Kennedy Ryan puts out something, whatever Kennedy Ryan, her fans are just like, Kennedy Ryan's name is on it. I know I like the way she writes. Black people love all life and all that. So I like that you're going to show a range and different ways to appeal to a broader range of readers.
Yeah, I believe it or not, the questions I thought I was going to have, you actually answered in your pitch. So I don't really have, and then the music piece, I was just going to ask like how you were going to actually apply that, but just you know, a playlist. Like now, no one has. I'm about to age myself with the CDs. They don't need CDs anymore. So you can just have
something like Spotify, Apple Music, have a playlist, and they'll be able to like scan a QR code. If I have time, I was just gonna add that I also like I use TikTok and Instagram a lot. So I think that there's like a movement of people romanticizing their life. So I really wanted to kind of like market it using that, and showing people like their writing process as well. But then also thinking about like how to make it fun and make people have challenges of like, okay, you're in a grocery store, maybe you get the courage to talk to someone that you think is cute. And you know, I'm navigating it too as a 29-year-old woman, so I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm really shy sometimes I'm really confident, so I want to invite people to kind of explore that and not be afraid.
The last question that I have is about, you mentioned dating game. How do you tie that into the book concept?
So the dating game, sorry.
You mentioned dating.
Oh, the
dating scene.
The dating scene. Oh, okay, yeah. So I think, you know, honestly, I think that because we're in such a different decade of dating, I think it'll be important to tie it into the book by essentially just like, for example, like one of the stories will be about a lawyer in Chicago and a chef who were high school sweethearts, and then they, you know, separated and then reconnected at a wedding. So I think kind of tying it in by showing like, you know, maybe the main character is on a dating app and has had multiple failed attempts of trying to date, but then finally she's coming back to the one romance that grounded her. I think there's small ways to kind of incorporate today's dating scene into it, but also, like I said, there's going to be like a historical fiction piece where we're kind of going back to the civil rights, and it's so different, right? So I think by showing like the juxtaposition of those two things, people will be able to see like, oh yeah, the dating game has changed so much, and we have to, you know, even thinking about the advice my parents are giving me, you know, they're like, oh, it's so different now. So it's like, I think being able to kind of highlight that in nuanced ways will be really important.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, great.
So we're going to confer. You're going to stand with Robin, and we'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, my friend, you just came out of the judge's room. How did it go?
It went so well. I was so nervous, but I got advice from people to like get rid of the script and just talk from my heart, and I think that really helped.
And it resulted in what's that in your hand?
A golden ticket.
Yeah! Okay, so what do you think was maybe the main deciding factor for them to give you that golden ticket?
I think I really have thought a lot about what I want this book to look and feel like, and sort of the aspects of even marketing. So I feel like just having that plan really helped. And then, like I mentioned, also like grounding it in my family history, and just focusing on being authentic to who I am.
Were you vulnerable?
I was vulnerable. I was.
Yeah, that's right. See, that's Coach Nic coaching. I'm just saying, right? Okay, so now the judges did their job by passing you on. Let's open up that ticket.
Okay.
See how far they pass you along.
This is a nice ticket.
All right, here's the revolving quarter.
Okay,
right?
Thank you.
Scratch it and see, did they send you to round 3? Or they skipped to round 2? What did they send you?
Round 1.
Okay, hold on, no. Let's get the actual word round.
Okay.
Just so the people watching, no, I just saw 1. I didn't see round 1.
There we go.
Now show the people. There it is, round 1. Yay! So what does that mean? You're my quarterback. Thank you very much. So what does that mean is that you are now officially in the competition. You got to bring your A game for round 1. So whatever you did today, you got to do something different and better come round 1. But they don't judge. They give you feedback from here on out. But you guys decide if she moves on from round 1 to 2 and 3 and then the finale. So what's going to be your strategy to galvanize the community, to build and develop fans who are going to vote you through?
Fans, you should vote me through because, again, I'm born and raised in PG County. I'm someone who is writing about Black romance and love at its finest. I have history with dating and trying to figure it out and navigating it. And I think you guys should follow me on TikTok to kind of see my story and my Instagram as well. So it's _hey, it's Carla with the K. And just, follow my story and follow my challenges that I have for us about, dating and flirting and trying different things. And I hope that you all continue to, tune in and to vote for me.
All right, listen, you did a great job. I know you're gonna do a great job in the battle rounds, right? So tell the people your name one more time.
Hi everybody, I'm Carla Talley and I'm ready to be the next bestseller.
So folks, you have an opportunity to be on Team Carla, right? Team Carla, so therefore she can get the kind of support she needs to move on, but also she can potentially be the next bestseller.
Thank you everybody, tune in.
Great job, great
Thank
job.
you.
Came out, she didn't tie her book to her outfit, right? I was like, and the bow that's in her hair. I was like, okay, see, that's what I'm talking about, presentation, people, right? So I'm just saying, people getting the assignment, so you want to step up your game, right? It starts with the interview, then it continues with the post-interview, right? So remember, if you don't have a following, then you got no one to buy the book. And if they're not buying the book, they're not reading the book, and if they're not reading the book, then you can't have the impact that you want on them, right? Okay? So again, part of the game is the interview, right? Now I'm not saying match your book to your outfit like she did, but come up with your own creative way, all right? I will say this though, I will say this. In life, you always get maybe a handful. If you're really fortunate, maybe a little bit more than a handful of moments where it can really change the trajectory of your life. Not just the course, but also the pace, the speed of that trajectory, right? So you'll get there eventually, but if you don't have to wait to get there, then why wait, right? So this is one of those moments for you, right? This is one of those moments. Some of the most successful people didn't win, but they ended up being more successful than the winners. Right? So I want you to keep that in mind, right? This is a moment for you to forever change the trajectory of your life and maybe the lives of your readers. Right? The readers are counting on your stories. Whatever it is you want to do, entertain them, bring them joy, bring them comfort, right? Bring them peace, bring them humor. Whatever you want that comes with the book, they are counting on you to deliver that book so they can get whatever they need to get from it. What about you? Oh, I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say that. What about you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I knew she was going to say absolutely too. I can tell. She was waiting for me to answer, right? Right? Okay? And I'm sure if I asked her over there, she'd say the same thing, right? So let's make the final four the Fantastic Four, right? The Fabulous Four. The four that all gets a golden ticket. How about that? How about all four you get a golden ticket? How about that? Now, again, it's a competition. So once you get past this round and you get into the battle rounds, strategy is going to be important. Campaign it. So you're going to all be mini campaigners for your book, for your fans, right? Great purpose has multiple benefits and multiple blessings, right? You're here, so you're on purpose, So things are going to work out the way they need to work out as long as you just keep pursuing it. Keep going, keep pursuing it. Right? So do your thing. Have fun with me on the, we're going to call it the Coach Nic bench. That's what we're going to call it. Right? I just name everything after me. That's all good. Right? And then when you come out and get the post-interview, know that no matter what it is, your journey continues. But let's get those golden tickets, though.
That's right.
All right? There we go. All right. I'll be back for the next round of preaching. Okay, brother. So you just one spot away from letting the people know who you are, one spot away from beginning this next bestseller journey of impacting people's lives, whichever way you want to do with your book, humor, comfort, peace, joy, whatever you want to do with the book, have impact, right? So when I interview you, just be you. Just be you. Good. Because you only been you your whole life, right? And just you make sure you communicate about why people should support you, right? Why they support you, because the game starts once you get on, I'm calling it the Coach Nic bench. That's what I'm calling it. Once you get on the Coach Nic bench, that's the game is afoot.
I'm ready for you, Coach Nic.
Here we go. People are bringing it. I know you're going to bring it too, right? Okay? My job is to just give you that spotlight to just do your thing, right? Okay? So, use that voice. Use what you got, brother, to get what you want, right? So, all right, it won't be that much longer, right? But how you feeling right now, though?
This is 41 years in the making.
Okay.
This is not just something I just kind of came up with. It's something that I actually had to live out and still living it out. So it's personal.
Okay, we want to save it for the interview. I'm ready to dive deeper into this thing. All right, so like I said, the next bestseller streaming on Quill & Co.'s YouTube channel. Every week you get to see the stories, you get to see the drama, you get to see the love, the joy, the laughter, the heartbreak, the pain, the agony, all of that you get to see in the next bestseller book pitch competition. Why today? Why this competition?
I feel like this competition will be able to hold me accountable. I have a thing where I'm very avoidant of things I might be, stressed out about or fearful of. So I feel like this will definitely allow me to have a deadline, allow me to really push myself to get my story out there.
Okay, so speaking of story, can you give a little bit about what the story is about?
So it is about a girl who definitely, she's battling some demons, I would say. Some very sexual, very lustful demons.
Okay.
So yes. She meets someone that is probably her downfall.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
Uh-oh. So we got Spiciness and Trouble.
Yes.
Okay, that makes for a great read right there.
Yes.
Right? So, why did this book speak to you for you to write?
Because it is definitely a mirror of what I'm going through currently, of my own addictions and my own, things I'm trying to overcome. So yeah, it's very near to my heart.
See, so you just tapped into the spirit of why we're doing this thing. It's not only about helping aspiring authors become published authors and the next bestseller and making a living being an author, right? But it's also about the impact on people by reading your book or listening, audiobook, reading and listening to your book, right? The impact there. So what I'm gathering and what I'm hearing is that you're doing it not only for yourself, right? Because writing is therapeutic, right?
Yes.
But also for folks who are similar to you, because you're not the only one.
Yeah.
You're the only one, Tiara, but you're not the only one the type of you, right?
Right.
And so to inspire these other women and other folks who may not just be women, they can be other genders, but
Yeah.
still in similar situations right there. So you are the epitome of why we're doing this thing.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller. I'm Mike.
I'm Carden.
I'm Paula.
It's nice to meet you too. Take a breath. We're cheering for you. So here's how we're gonna go. About 4 minutes. We're gonna ask you to tell us your name, the title of your book, your concept, genre, and a little few details about it, and why you are the perfect person to write this story. So go.
My name is Tiara, and the name of my book is called Guilty as Pleasures. It's basically about a female who is battling her own addictions, her own sexual and lustful addictions. She uses dating apps and things like that. She actually meets someone that brings all of those desires out of her, but that person is actually very deadly because he has his own addictions, and it's not just sex. So it's something that's, you know, very near and dear to my heart because I struggle with my own addictions. So I basically want to put my story into the book with, you know, a few dramatics.
Yes.
Because of course the murder is not real.
So it's a murder.
It's a psychological thriller with a lot of dark romance.
Okay, that's a good blend.
Yes.
All right, what else would you like us to know?
I think that's it.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, great. Yeah, this is great.
So my question to you, what time frame or what setting does the story take place in?
So the story takes place in today's time because as we use dating apps to mingle, I don't think people understand the dangers of dating apps when you just constantly meet random people that you really don't know. So it helps people shed light on how serious that is and what things to be mindful of.
Okay. And just a little bit about the murder. Tell us about how that happened. How does that resolve itself?
So they actually fall in love because he is exactly what she was looking for, and she is exactly what he was looking for, which may put a stop to his killing. Maybe not.
So it might be a serial killer.
Might.
Well, I am intrigued.
Okay.
Addiction.
Yes, she was meant to
romance.
be his
Okay.
next victim, but
Oh, that's.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother.
Oh, so then the whole.
Yes.
Why does he change his mind? What is?
Exactly.
Okay, as you can see, I'm.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like there's going to be a lot of character development.
Very much.
Because because it looks like there's going to be a lot of background of these characters. There's going to be a lot. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yes.
All right, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to go stand with Robin. We're going to confer, and then we'll let you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This came out of the judge's room.
Yes.
How did it go?
It went very, very well. I got a maybe so.
Okay,
because,
maybe so.
Yes.
Not
my
a
book,
no, but a maybe
no,
so.
no. They believe that my book was very, very good and it has a lot of character development. So it will take a lot of time to really get that story in play and just their characters together. And I really appreciate that because it's stepping out of my comfort zone.
Good, right? Because, you know, it's impossible to grow if you don't go out of your comfort zone,
Yes,
right? And we're looking
yes.
to grow so we can also help other people grow through your book, right?
Right, yeah.
So you appreciated the judge's feedback and
Yes,
critique, right?
definitely.
And so that's also part of the deal with Quill & Co. is that we're phenomenal writing coaches who will coach you on how to make that book even better so it can become a next bestseller whether you win the competition or not.
Right, exactly.
So now you gotta wait and see when we, broadcast the show. If that maybe gonna go from a maybe to a yes to round one.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So you're gonna tune in, and we're gonna be live to see your reaction to the announcement. Now, are you gonna have your folks, your people, your
Yes.
community tune in to watch and support you?
Yes, definitely. And it will be my family in Alabama, which is very, very big.
That's right. It's on the
Very
internet,
big.
so it doesn't matter where you are, you can vote.
Exactly. So vote for me so I can be on there.
Okay, so now, let's say you make it to round one. You're going to need to cultivate fans.
Right.
So what do you need to say to the people to get them to be on? Tell them your name again.
My name is Tiara.
Tiara. So
Yes.
Team Tiara, what do you need to say to this? Your shot, your moment. What do you want to say to them so they can be on Team Tiara?
Vote for me, especially if you have deep, dark desires and things like that. This is your story.
There you go, right there. So I'm looking very much forward to you, the announcement, and hopefully then you moving on and then seeing how you perform and what you do. Because then it's battle round. Roar.
Right.
All right. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, we're now again back on Coach Nic contestant interview bench, right? Okay. So tell the people your name and where you're from.
Oh, wow. Hey, my name is Joyce Awurutani. I am from Laurel, Maryland.
Ooh, Laurel. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So why here? Why today? Why this competition?
Oh, my goodness. Truth is, I found this 2-3 days ago on the Laurel website. It was a post with the mayor, and I was like, you know what? I am a host, a moderator, and facilitator, and a founder of a women's empowerment group called Grace and Growth Gathering. And for me, this was coming out of my comfort zone. I literally just graduated from a speakers program, a professional speakers program with Dr. Cheryl Wood. And I have a book in mind, and I said, you know what, why not? Get out of the comfort zone. If you're gonna encourage these women on the platform to do it, you've got to lead by example. So here I am. So
There you go.
I'm
Look at
winning
that.
already.
She's winning already,
Yes,
100%.
yes.
And so, before you guys come on over to the interview bench, I do my little pep talks behind the scenes, right?
do.
So you are in the business of giving people pep talks, right?
I try.
So let's give the people a pep talk right now about why they should support you, because we know the judges decide right now if you're going to make it on the show and do it. Right. But once you're on the show, once you're in the battle rounds, it's all in the hands of the people to vote for you. Right. So why should they vote for you? And also, while you're doing that, tell them a little bit about the book.
Wow. Why should you vote for me? This book is for everyone, okay? It's about relationship, friendship, families, you name it. It's about something, and everyone has something in the book. There's a lesson to be learned for every single person. A little bit about the book, I would say this. We live life and we go all out for people at times, and sometimes we don't always get that back. And how do you handle that?
Ooh, a little sizzle right there. Just, you can see the little. Oh my goodness, right there. So, okay. So, with that being said, I'm very confident you're going in. You're going to crush it, right? I look forward to talking to you when you come out and hear the results, right? And also, again, we're going to be streaming the show on Quill & Co.'s YouTube channel, right? So, are you going to have your community to tune in and support the show? And you?
Listen, we're going to be going LOL crazy. We're going to be reaching out to everyone, family, friends, social media, IGs, you name it. We're going to do what we need to do to get the word out there. And thank you to Quill & Company for this. This is absolutely amazing. So thank you.
Boom. Look forward to seeing you in a few minutes.
All right.
Well done. Well,
I'm Mike.
I'm Carden.
And I'm Paula.
Okay, so 4 minutes, and what we're going to ask you to do is tell us your name, your book title, your concept and genre, and a little bit about it, and then why you're the person to tell that story. We're rooting for you. Go.
Thank you so much. My name is Joyce Awurutani. My book genre is more inspirational for women and for everyone else. So a little bit about the book, the concept. So this is a journey of a young woman who was always there for everyone else. The good times, the bad times, the breakups, the storms, she was there. And then the year everything unraveled for her. Life hit her with a double blow. Her father and brother both gone in the same year, same month. The same father and brother that always told her, these friends, they're not your real friends. But they get it. It's been long years of friendship, right? You know how deep this loyalty was. But there was silence. No texts, no calls. The silence was so loud, it drowned her. And then the storms came. But for years, she floated through life, just going through, staring at the walls and living life one day at a time. But in the silence, there was healing. A healing that was deeper than friendship. A healing that came from places that she never expected. That's a little bit about my book. Thank you.
All right, excellent. So what inspired you to tell this type story?
This story is a story of me. This is me. And having gone through this on a personal basis with friends that I thought were my friends. It's been years, over a decade of friendship. And the time that I needed them the most, there was complete silence.
And is your concept, forgive me, is it fiction or nonfiction? Are you doing a fictionalized version of your experience?
To be honest with you, this is my first, so I'm stepping in
Okay,
faith.
yeah.
So I know for a fact that, Quill and Company will be able to help me with that.
To even make that decision.
Absolutely.
Because when it's a personal story, there's the benefit of fiction allowing you some emotional distance, but also the benefit of being able to process some things versus nonfiction, which can sometimes be more gut-wrenching because you're really diving deep in the truth of your experience. Okay.
And so you mentioned it was inspirational. Tell me more about that.
Inspirational as women, as men, as human beings, we all go through these areas in life. We go through seasons, and learning to first and foremost accept that season that you're in. That's where the healing comes from. That's where growth comes from. But you have to first accept it. So inspirational in that aspect, of course.
Excellent. Will you tell me the title one more time, please?
The title of the book is Bitter But Not Broken.
Gotcha.
And the part of bitter, explain that. Bitter?
Bitter as in, again, these are over a decade's worth of friendship. I was bitter.
Okay.
Because
towards your friendship.
Yes.
Friends.
Towards my friends. There was people that I knew were my support system, and yet there was complete silence.
Not broken. So because you're not broken.
Not broken, bitter but not broken, as in, yes, I've been through it, but I am here today. I am still standing, and I will continue to rise.
Excellent.
Okay, so you've had a lot of thematic threads in terms of there's grief, there's disappointment in people that you believed were your actual true friends that would be there for you when you needed their support and they weren't. Processing the loss of loved ones. Okay, all right.
You have anything to say about that?
I will say that grief is something that you carry on, but as I mentioned earlier, at a certain point, you have to accept what has happened and let healing take its place. And for this book, that healing came in ways that I did not expect.
Okay, excellent.
Great. So we're going to confer. We're going to stand with Robin, and we're going to let you know.
Thank you. All right. Just came out of the judge's room. How did it go?
I'll be honest. I was nervous.
Okay.
Okay. But it went well. It went well. I did what I had to do, and I gave it my all.
And so what just went well, maybe what we got?
So we got a maybe so.
Okay, maybe so. It's not a no.
That's right. It's not a no. But I'll be honest, this is a win for me. Okay, I didn't think I had a chance, and just stepping in that room and doing what I did was definitely, hey, we got this.
Okay, okay, we got to celebrate that. That's a win. That's a victory.
Absolutely.
Now, you got the feedback from the judges. What was some of the feedback they gave you?
So they loved the storyline. However, they wanted a little bit of vulnerability. So yes, got to work on that. Yes.
Right? Well, that's kind of a common theme here for the contestants, saying, hey, we need you to be more vulnerable. Because remember, you're writing a book. You was talking about in the pre-interview, right?
Yeah.
That you want to have impact.
Absolutely.
Well, you can't have impact without being vulnerable, right? Okay, so that means you're going to find out your fate in the next bestseller next week. People watching the show, they're going to tune in, right? And they're going to see if you make it to round one. If they make it to round one, you make it to round one, then they can support you by voting for you, right? So first of all, are you going to watch the show to find out?
Absolutely.
You're daggone right you're going to watch to find out, right? Number two is that, are you going to get your friends and family to tune in to see your fate?
Absolutely. This is going to be a process and a journey, not just for me, for everyone else. So please tune in and we'll be reaching out to you.
Okay, so now let's say you make it to round one, the battle rounds. Okay, you know you can't pitch the way you pitched today. You got to switch it up, right? Be more vulnerable, have a better plan, whatever you're going to do. So, what can we expect from you in round one if you make it through?
More vulnerability. I mean, the judges have spoken, so I'm gonna deep in a little bit.
Okay, okay. So, what is the one thing you want the audience to take from this interview? What's the one thing you want them to know, to feel, or to do, or all of the above? Now, keep in mind, it's a competition.
Sure is.
What are you gonna say to the people?
Wow.
And let's make sure that they hear you loudly and clearly, and they feel your energy.
And it was the one thing what was your question?
What's the one thing that you want them to remember to say or do to support you in this journey?
First, I want you to show up. I want you to vote. And remember, this story is for every single person because we all go through seasons. And what you do during that season is vital. So come through, join us, and let's vote for Joy's the next bestseller.
All right. So tell everyone your name.
Yeah, my name is Boris Lang.
Okay. Why are you here today?
Yeah, I'm here today to give a pitch about my book.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what can we expect from your pitch today?
Well, you'll be expecting, we're living in a time that it's difficult to hope again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things are happening in the world and it's easy for people to fail. However, we have to give stories that will encourage people around to still hope. Even when there's no ounce of hope, you still can hope.
Okay.
And through resilience and faith, you can make it.
All right, now we will have people, that's wonderful. We definitely need hope. There's much hope right now.
Yeah.
So people are having different strategies the way they pitch. Some people doing performances, some people just reading an excerpt from what they put together, and some people just talking about the concept. What's going to be your strategy on the way you perform your pitch?
Well, my strategy is going to be like, first and foremost, I would bring the protagonist and I present what makes him admirable and try to make everyone feel like be part of the story.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you very much.
I'm Mike.
I'm Carden.
I'm Paula.
Yeah, my name is Lang Boris.
One more time.
Boris Lang.
Boris Lang.
Boris, nice to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you. Welcome. So here's what we're going to ask you to do. Tell us your book title, your concept, and why you're the person to write the story. And you have 4 minutes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I have 4 minutes here around me, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Well, my book, the title of my book is Hope Again, and it's about a young man It's about a young man called Simba, who, as every other young person, aspires and dreams to go to a college of academy of excellence that is out of the country. However, Simba is his hometown is struck with a dilemma, a civil unrest. His hometown is called Abakwa, and which traditional outfit I'm putting on, and his hometown is struck with a civil unrest, which makes Simba's dream almost impossible to attain because he has to go through betrayal, he has to go through the ghost enemy, kidnapping, homelessness, hunger, thirst. In quotes, no ounce of hope in hope again. However, the story unfolds. Simba has to fight through that. And will he succeed with all those things that are ahead of him? That's my hope.
Nice. I do have a question. Is there any historic basis based on the story? Are you using any historical truth to format the story?
Yeah, it's a non-fiction. I'm actually, it's part of my story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel it. That's why it's a young guy that actually comes from where, because this outfit is actually where my parentage stems from. That's a Bakwa. It's the other name of Bamenda. It's a town in Cameroon. So with what I saw with this guy, going through what he went through, and he finally made it in the US in the NBA, and I could kind of fit in that kind of story because that's where I came from, that cycle, and I'm here in Laurel, being a citizen, married, and with a family, so I could relate. And my father is an orphan. So we grew up with very difficult things and went through. So in a time like this where hopes are shattered, when you bring out a story that stands out, you kind of hit someone somewhere and they can hope again.
And so I just want to make sure that I'm understanding clearly, are you trying to do, is it nonfiction memoir or is it fiction loosely based on your experience and of experiences of others with whom you relate?
It's nonfiction.
Okay. So,
yeah, it's a nonfiction.
Okay, gotcha.
So my question, you said ultimately succeeds. What is that standard of achievement to make him feel that he has arrived at that level of achievement? Is it a quality of life thing? Is it a goal or dream that he accomplishes or reaches? Or tell me more.
Yeah, it's a dream that he reaches because he like everybody, we all have dreams. Then when you're met with a part or a time where you look like that dream might not come through, it's almost shattering you, your spiritual, your mental and everything. But you have to dig deep inside of you to come out with something that will make you fight all the unknown, the ghost enemy, and you finally make it. So he's making it to the dream that he had.
So what was the original dream that he inspired him to continue to pursue something higher?
His original dream was was playing basketball and a bigger.
So this is an NBA story type?
Yes, it is. It is basically, and that guy, he just came into the United States a month ago, and he's from where I came from. So when I read that, so I could blend, though not directly, but I could blend because I also went through that before I came to before I'm where I am in the United States today. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. In your pitch, you were saying all the hardships. So as you're thinking about it, you're thinking about presenting it as a journey?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. A little bit like trials and tribulations, and setbacks and not giving up.
Right.
Okay.
Resilience.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
Bringing that those ones.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rowan. Appreciate it.
So if you step back with Robin and we're going to confer.
Okay, my friend, how'd it go?
Well, I received a no.
Oh.
Yeah, and there was a very great reason for that, and which I believe that that will help me. However, they encourage me to give another perspective of the story I was trying to put forward. So they wanted me to let it be an auto something like about me. It was a very good one. However, they wanted me to be like the main protagonist, how I presented it and what they expected. They thought it was me. So they wanted like the main protagonist would have been the best. So they told me no, because I need to go and refine it and make it feel like I'm the one.
Okay, so because we have, writing coaches and folks who are into the whole books and author things, so they know what they're talking about.
Right.
Do you feel like you got good advice?
Yeah, well, I still got a positive remark from the coach for Quill and Co company.
Yeah,
She told me she wants to go through with me with that, even though I received a note, but she feels like my story still need to be well coached and talked about, so she has to follow me up with that. So
Hold on.
That was a good one.
Let me make sure I get this straight.
Yeah.
So even though you got to know, Robin, the CEO and founder of Quill and Co, that's putting on this show, right, said, hey, your story is worthy to be told, and she wants to work with you.
She wants me. She just told me, go in there, scan, or write to me, and scan the QR and get to me, like, we need to work on this.
So that's a good lesson out there, right?
Right.
Is that, so it's not a no, it's a we'll continue. We'll continue the journey. Right? And so that's kind of what you can experience and expect when you start working with writing coaches, to give you that feedback, to give you those lessons on how to structure the story.
Right.
So therefore, because what I'm hearing is that the origin, the core of the story is not the issue. It's just kind of how you maybe structured it. Right. So, and that's part of what you get when you win, is that you get those writing coaches to help you write the story and structure it so it can become what? A next bestseller. So, man, now, so even though it's a no, will you be tuning in to watch the results of who the remaining people are going to make it through?
Yes, it's a very good question. I think I will be, and I should be. Why? Because we are living in a time. Contesting doesn't mean that you're not. You need to also hear from somebody's story. So it's a good thing that if you're aspiring to be a next bestseller, you have to see what others did, how they did what they did in order to get what they got. So it's still going to be a good thing for me to sit there and watch, and more so, just because, like you said, just because they said no, I think it made me even go dig deeper. Sometimes a no, let's say yes somehow.
That's right. It's a no now, but it's really a
yes somehow, because
it's a later to be.
It's later to be. So you go work it out to make it the best.
Man, all the best to you. I'm glad you're going to still be a part of the Quill and Co family, the Next Bestseller family, and tuning in and voting for your fellow contestants, right?
I
so
will.
Appreciate you. All the best to you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so if I may, how old are you?
13.
13, okay, so you just became a teenager, all right.
Literally.
So, Mayor Keefe, the mayor of Laurel, right, he has this literacy initiative for young folks, and now with the Next Bestseller competition, we're extending that to all ages, right? So, do you believe that more young people should get involved in literacy, read more, and also maybe tell their own stories?
Yes, I do.
And if so, why?
I believe so because young kids, they're scared. Because my friend, I wanted him to do it too. He was just scared to talk to the person about like the paper. We got the paper on Thursday, and he was like, "No, I don't want to do this."
Okay,
so I feel like if there's something that you're interested in, that they shouldn't be scared of doing it. Because he likes to read and write also.
So now you super intelligent and a great writer, but also you're very brave, right? So maybe he will be inspired by you competing to maybe the next time he'll want to sign up, right? And that's something else we want to do with the Next Bestseller, is that we want to inspire more, not just young people, but all ages to embrace literacy. Everyone has a story, right? And we want the people to unleash those stories into the community so they can entertain, they can inspire, they can comfort, right? And they can give hope. And I think you being here today helps deliver all of that, right? So I'm sure the mayor will be super proud of you for being here and competing, right? So if you can tell us what will maybe be your strategy going in to the judges to get them to say, yes, you're going through the battle room.
I have a strong hook
Oh,
for my book.
Okay. Now he's rhyming too. Strong hook for the book. Okay. Okay.
That will pull the readers in to want to read my book.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm Mike.
I'm Carden.
I'm Paula.
And
My name is Xerxes Alasa.
Xerxes, it's lovely to have you. Thanks so much for coming today. So here's how the pitch is going to work. Just let us know your book title, your concept, and tell us why you want to write this story.
Okay.
And you've got 4 minutes.
Okay. The name of my book is Sword of the Wind.
Sword of the Wind.
The concept is a boy, he finds a sword that is able to control the wind, and when he returns, he's appointed by the king to defeat a group of enemies called the 10 Plagues. I want to write this book because I've always been into fantasy and reading novels and always wanted to write my own book. And I wanted to do it at a young age to show people that they could do it as a kid also. And I have an experience with creative writing and just as a hobby write stories.
So tell us more about the story that you envision.
So I envision to pull my readers in by making this kind of something they can relate to. So the villains, they're each going to be something that kids can struggle through in their life. One could be bullying, or another one could be school or grades. So each villain is going to be something that kids deal with as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Explain some more.
There's going to be...
You're doing great so far. Just keep explaining your concept, okay?
And you can think of that in terms of what are you excited about to explore when you talk about the different the villains that kids deal with every day, things like that.
I'm excited to bring solutions to those villains or the problems that kids can deal with as they're growing up.
And you say that you do creative writing as a hobby, and when you're writing just for yourself, is it usually fantasy as well?
Yeah, sometimes it's fantasy, but other times it's about my life, just basketball and other things that I do.
Okay. So you're creative writing, basketball, and what else do you do?
Well, I like to read. I like to work on math problems and play my piano. I like composing music.
Okay. All right. So creative and technical, very nice.
Very talented.
Yes.
I just was curious, what influenced you to come up with this concept? It's really unique.
Well, partly because I just wanted for kids to try to write books also, and want to show them they can do it also.
Anything else, Mark?
No, I think it's good.
All right. Anything else you want us to know about your Sword of the Wind?
No.
Okay. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Good job. So if you step back with Miss Robin, and we're going to confer, and we'll let you know.
Okay, my friend, you just came out of the judge's room. How did it go?
Well, it went well.
Okay.
I got a golden ticket. I was a little nervous.
Okay.
But I feel like what I was trying to do with the book is part of the reason that they decided to give me a golden ticket.
Okay, all right. So, what do you want to do with the book?
I want to show other kids that they can make books and overcome like what they're scared of. too.
Now you mentioned before going to the judges' room that your friend, you asked your friend to, compete with you, right, to join it, and it was like, I don't know, a little scared, didn't do it. So now that you have a golden ticket, so you're not on the maybe list, you're definitely not on the no list, right? You're straight into the battle rounds, right? So what do you think this means to your friend who's watching? Because we know your friend's watching.
That he'll try.
He'll try. Next time he'll try, right? Okay, so open up. Let's see. Right? Ooh, look how shiny that is. Now I'm going to give you the revolving quarter, right? So that means you give it back to me, right? Okay, go ahead and scratch it. Scratch it hard.
It says 1.
Keep scratching. Press the top. Then do the top.
Oh.
What does it say?
Round 1.
Round 1. Hold it up. Yay! Okay, so tell everybody your name again.
Xerxes Olaseha.
Right, and hold that back up again, and you can see him in the battle round, right? Round 1. Now, remember, the judges, they're done, right? They're going to give you feedback throughout the competition, but it's no longer up to them. It's up to you, the public. So what would be your one message to the people who need to vote you through? What do you want to say to get them to vote you through?
You should vote me through because I'm trying to help the kids to make books themselves and not to be scared to just get out there and step out to do things themselves.
Well said, well said. We look forward to seeing you on round 1. Give it up for them, guys. Yay! Well done, my friend.
No time for maybe, no space for fear. You've worked, you've bled, now bring it here. Heart on the page, eyes on the prize. This is the battle where stories rise. When love loves, will you fall? Can you answer the call? They're watching, you're clocking. It's now or not at all. Make your pitch.